in all locations except for one, and we just got to set that up. And hey, baby gorgeous, how are you? I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I am going to be doing original songs for you. I hope you'll hang around and hang out. Tommy, how are you? Eva, how you doing? Lily, how are you? As I've said, I will keep saying, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I'm doing original songs. I hope you'll hang around and hear some of them. And Gizzy, Elle, how are you? And please feel free to type something into the chat, especially if it's nice. And I may actually pin your comment if you say something nice. And feel free to support the live through the live goal or the gift gallery or otherwise. Okay, well, should we get started with some songs? Julian, how are you? Carol, Ashley, how are you all doing tonight? As I have repeated numerous times, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I'm here to do original songs. I hope you will hang around. You know, this, I'm messing around with the video. I shouldn't mess around with the video while I'm live, right? Gabby, how are you? Clarissa, Eva, Callie. I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. Please hang around and hear some of my original songs and comment on them. You can even rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Sierra and Courtney, I would love to hear what you think of my original songs. So please hang around. Oh, and thank you, Clarissa, for the rose. I appreciate the love. And Sierra, how are you? There's 2 Sierras. 2 Sierras have joined. Welcome. So, should we get started, or should I wait for like the next few thousand likes before I get started? Doing original songs. Josie. So we're here for original songs and good vibes. Oh, you know what? This thing. Oh, I see. No, it's right. Welcome everybody who's joining. Sierra and Kaylee, thank you for sharing. Yes, oh, that's right. I forgot to mention to please share the live. If you're enjoying my live, please share and follow me. And let's get those likes up to 10,000 in the first 10 minutes. And I'm going to do a song. We've got to 1,500 likes already. So I have, yet to decide. I guess I kind of decided what song to do first. I kind of wing it. I don't ever have my set lists planned out. I often do plan out the first song, and I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of going back and forth. There are two songs I was thinking of starting with. But I think I've decided, and I'm going to start with this one. It's always fun it's always a good thing to start with a love song. Don't we agree with that? Do we agree that it's a good thing to start with a love song? Well, whether we agree or not, that's what I'm going to do. And so here's one. This is actually the sequel. I wrote a song of regret, and then I wrote a sequel to it. So I'm not going to play the regret song now, but I'm going to play the sequel. I said a lot of things I shouldn't. I guess I took more than I gave. Things you asked me to, I wouldn't. I really hate who I became. Still, you kept the faith in who I always was. Now I'll give it all I've got to really earn your love. I want to make you happy as it's possible to be. Baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is I want to make you happy. It could be fighting off some disaster, or just saving you a trip to the store, or a neck rub so you'll feel pampered, or some togetherness behind closed doors. little light. Every day until the day I bid this world goodbye. I want to make you happy as it's possible to be. Baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is, I want to make you happy. I can't promise roses 24/7 or an endless state of blissful heaven, but even on the worst of days, you'll know I'm with you all the way. Thank you, Kaylee. I want to make you happy as it's possible to be. 'Cause baby, I love you madly, and you can always count on me. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is, I want to make you happy. If you need a hand, an ear, or a shoulder, whatever I can do, I'll do it gladly. 'Cause my heart's one desire is, I want to make you happy. I want to make you happy. I want to make you happy. Why, thank you, Kaylee. Let's see, can I pin this comment? Will it allow me to do this? Pin comment. All right. You have been pinned. No, you have not been pinned. That sounds painful. Your comment has been pinned, though. Oh, wait. You know what? I forgot one thing. I forgot to click this. Ah, there we go. Now we are live pretty much everywhere where we can be live. Oh, wait a second. But my windows are all in the wrong places. My windows are totally... Oh, hey, Fernando and Tracy, how are you? And Justin. Happy birthday to Justin. Oh, I'm so glad I made you happy. 2 bears, 1 cup. And please, if you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to share and follow me if you're not already. And for those who are joining, welcome to my live. I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I hope you will hang around to hear me do some original songs and just hang out together, because this is a fun hangout, I hope. We hope it's fun. The idea is for it to be fun. Let's make it fun. Okay, so, oh, Justin wants me to sing a happy birthday, not just say happy birthday. You know, you'd think I'd know how to play happy birthday by heart, you know? You'd think that would be one song that like every songwriter would know. I think it'll sound like, kind of like this. It goes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Justin. Happy birthday to you. Something like that. That was pretty lame. But you know, I should really practice that. But I'm here to do originals, and that is not an original at all. I should write my own original birthday song. You know, I actually was going to write I started writing a birthday song, but it wasn't a happy song. It was a frustration song. The idea of the song, and I don't know, maybe I'll still write this, is whenever it's my birthday, I don't know, it's always disappointing. Oh, hey, Cheer K, and thank you for the follow. It's always disappointing when it's my birthday. I feel like, you know, it's such a special day. It's like wherever I go, everybody should know. Like this, it should be glowing. It should be like I should have a sign. I should have a halo over my head. Birthday boy! And everywhere I go, people should go, hey, happy birthday! And then just treat me special all day long. But it never happens that way. You know, it's like, oh, if somebody says happy birthday, it's like, and then that's it. Maybe I get a present. And then the rest of the day is just like any other day. So, you know. So what should we do next? There's always my new single, which is another love song. I hate doing too many of a certain, well, I can do more than one love song. I just don't want to create the false impression that I just only do love songs, because that's certainly not true at all. I do many kinds of songs, but my latest single happens to be a love song. And I wrote this, the goal I set, I decided I want to write the simplest song I possibly can. And it came out pretty good, I think. And I wrote the whole thing in like 10 minutes. I wrote the entire lyric while I was in the shower. Just got one thing to say. It's nothing really new, the same as yesterday. I love you. I see your pretty face. A single thought comes through. Just got one thing to say. I love you, and I love you, Audrey, for sharing the live. There are times when I like to go on and on. Oh, sorry, I went to the wrong part of the song. I hope you don't mind if I repeat myself. It's just that you can get to me like no one else. When you take my breath away, there's not much I can do. Just got one thing to say. I love you. There are times when I like to go on and on. Share a story, get a few things off my chest. Being with you right now, all those words are gone. There are only three that say it best. I love you. Just got one thing to say. I love you. Hey, Roger. Gracie, thank you for the follow. And somebody shared and the message just flew off the screen, so So everybody who is just joining, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I hope you will hang around and hear some of my original songs, Gray, for example. And feel free to type your comment into the chat. And if you want to rate my songs on a scale of 1 to 10, or on a scale of 1 to 12, or on a scale of, well, if you're going to rate it on a random scale, you have to let me know what, like if it's a scale of 1 to 7, then you have to say like 6 out of 7, or but 1 to 10 is a good scale, right? If you don't specify, we'll assume it's 1 to 10. But it really could be anything, couldn't it? 10's kind of an arbitrary number just because it's a round number. There's nothing magical about 10 except that it's a round number. So that was my latest single. What do you think of that? Please tell me. Especially if you liked it. If you didn't like it, I don't really care. But if you liked it, please tell me. Now, if you hate it, that's okay too. As long as you don't think it's mediocre. Well, maybe you think that too. That's fine. Can't please everybody. But I had this songwriting teacher once tell us, if you walk into somebody's office with your song, like a publisher, and you play him your song, and he takes your song, oh, hey, Masha. And he takes this is back when we had cassettes. He said, he takes your cassette and throws it across the room and says, this is the worst piece of crap I ever heard of. He says, that's good, because that's better than saying, yeah, this is a nice song. Because if they feel strongly about it one way or another, that's better than if they're just like, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, in Nashville, I used to go to Nashville all the time because I was writing songs and pitching them for other artists to record. And the thing we kept hearing from publishers again and again, he goes, you know, that's a good song. Section 8, I don't know what Section 8 is. What's Section 8, Mary? So, you know, in Nashville they would say, well, that's a good song, but you know, we got plenty of good songs. We don't need good songs. We need great songs. And that's such a frustrating thing to hear. But after going to, you know, many years, I realized, yeah, now I guess I hear what they're saying now. I think I get it. Val, thank you so much for 10 roses. I really appreciate the love. Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow. Oh, you know, there's something every time I'm in the middle of that song, I think, oh yeah, there's something, when I'm done with the song, I want to mention something, songwriting thing about that song. And I always forget. By the time I get to the end of the song, I've already forgotten. But now I remember. So I actually broke 2 songwriting rules in that song. But you know, I even hate to say that because I don't believe in songwriting rules. A lot of songwriters talk about, oh, the rules, and you can break the rules. And I'm like, actually, there are no rules. There are only tools. So everything we learn in songwriting, and you can learn songwriting, and I spent many years studying songwriting, and you can learn to improve your songwriting. But there is one, okay, we'll just call it a rule just because that's, I guess, a convenient word. But so that song I just played, my latest single, Got One Thing to Say, it's called. So the title is Got One Thing to Say, and in songwriting world, that's also known as the hook, because that's the part that, you know, it should be repeated throughout the song, and you remember it, and it hooks you in. So they call it the hook. And that song has a particular structure. It doesn't have a chorus. There's a verse, a bridge, and then another verse. So that's a standard structure, AABA they call it, like the A section and a B section. So there's AABA. But then there's another, so this is not uncommon, where you repeat the bridge and then do one more verse. So I kind of did that. But generally speaking, when you have the song that's in this format, the hook or the title will always be in the same place, either in the first or last line of the chorus. Now this song starts off with the title, Just Got One Thing to Say. But then the other verses have the title in a different place. It's in the third line in the other verses. And just because it just didn't work to put it in the first verse. So the only real rule in songwriting is that whatever works for the song is what you do. So that standard format of putting the title in the same place in each verse didn't work in this song. And another thing I did is, you know, like I said, it's not uncommon to repeat the bridge and then do another verse, but I didn't quite do that. I wrote a separate bridge. The first bridge is 2 lines, and the second bridge is 4 lines. And then instead of repeating the verse, I just repeated, Got One Thing to Say, I Love You. That's called a tag. So I broke all kinds of songwriting rules in that song, and I'm proud of that. I think every songwriter, will be proud if they broke the rule one time and they did it on purpose. They'll brag about it. So that's what I just did in that song. Okay, I don't know if that was interesting or not. Oh wait, my windows are all messed up now. Oh there, hey, Javid. Taxi. Are you talking about the? Oh no. You know, there's a songwriter, like not organization really. It's a company. They pitch songs for it. They charge money. That was very controversial when they started. You never pay to pitch songs, but Taxi came along. It's a company where they charge you to pitch songs, and I never was in Taxi. So at first I thought that's what you meant, but you know, Danny DeVito, God, you know, nobody's ever told me that before. People always say I look like Jim Carrey. Every once in a while I hear some other, but I'm glad to know that I look like a movie star at least, you know, whether it's Jim Carrey or somebody the other day said Christopher Lloyd, and now it's Danny DeVito. Do I look anything like Danny DeVito? I don't know. I didn't see Taxi, actually. I have not seen that. Wait, I'm thinking of Taxi Driver. Taxi. That's a movie or a TV show? There's a movie, Taxi Driver. But I've never seen either the TV show or the movie, so. And Reagan, how are you? I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I hope you will all who are joining hang around and hear some of my original songs. And just hang out. And feel free to rate the song after I play it. You can give it a rating from 1 to 10. Okay, you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to do, not my latest single, but my previous one. And it's actually going to be my next one, because I'm doing a remix. I did a remix of this song. So the first version I released, you know, a lot of my songs are in between genre. Like I'm kind of rock a little bit, kind of country a little bit, kind of pop a little bit. And so this song was like, well, it could be country and it could be pop. So the first version I released was country, and I'm like, this really doesn't have to be a country song. It should be. So I got a pop remix that's coming out on May, I think, 5th. So this song I really like because it's an anthem of self-acceptance. So that's why I'm releasing it a second time. I think second self-acceptance is a good thing. Oh, I hear sound from upstairs. My son's home for the weekend. His girlfriend just showed up. But I can't say hi because I'm in the middle of a live. I can't say hi to her. But anyway, I'm going to do the song, and I hope you like it. And it goes like this. And Stars is here. I got no fashion sense. Don't like to follow trends. I dress the same as I did back in school. Killed me way back then. I never could fit in, but now I could care less if I'm not cool. I'm just being me, minding my own business, not trying to be the same as you or different. Pressure to conform can't be hard to ignore, but I don't worry, I'm too busy being me. I get anxious and depressed, distracted and obsessed, then sing away my troubles in a song. Fumble and I flail, I fall down and I fail, then pick myself back up and move along. Just being me, taking care of business, not trying to be the same as you or different. Pressure to conform can't be hard to ignore, but I don't worry, I'm too busy being me. When I'm gone, carve it on my grave. Here lies someone who lived his life his way. Just being me, minding my own business, not trying to be the same as you or different. The pressure to conform can be hard to ignore, but I don't worry, I'm too busy being me. No, I don't worry, I'm too busy being me. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to turn on my cool light. Oh my goodness. Here we are, ready? Who wants to see my cool light? Well, there it is. Is that cool or what? Thank you, Rando. Oh, the guy, I already saw my son, but his girlfriend just showed up. Thank you so much, Addie. I'm going to pin your comment. Anybody who says something nice to me may get their 1 minute of fame when I pin your comment. Thank you, Timothy. I can only pin the comments on one particular platform, though, because of the way the software is set up. So, yeah, it's cool, right? My cool light is cool. And I'm also looking forward to a new webcam. And by the way, all contributions are going towards that. And once I get the new webcam, I will hopefully have a better stream quality for it. And then after that, contributions will continue to go towards my music, because there's some music software I want to get. So if you can support my live goal or my gift gallery or any other form of contribution and support, that would be totally awesome. And if you want to rate my songs, hang around. Those of you joining, hang around to hear some of my original songs and just hang out, because we're having fun. This is sort of it's a concert, but it's a party. It's more of a hangout with original music. Is this a concert or a hangout? I don't know what to call this. Fun, all right. I'm so glad we're having fun. So, let's see, what's next? What's next? Oh, I have done, okay. I have done 2 love songs, and I don't know if that song counts as a mental health song or not, but I have yet to do, I write political songs, and I have one. So the song I just played, a remix is coming out, and then following that, I have finally set a release date, and I think it's, oh shoot, I forget what the date is already. May, let me look at my calendar. So the remix is coming out, oh geez, that didn't work. That's not what I wanted to do. Now I can't even see the calendar. Calendar. Where's the calendar? I want to see the calendar. Oh, geez. I'm trying to figure out what the date is for my release, oh, there it is. There's the calendar. Now, how do I go to the next month? Oh, April, May. Okay, so the remix of Being Me is coming out on May 2nd, and then on May 23rd, my next song is coming out. And this is, believe it or not, this is a political song that really, political songs can be offensive to people. But this song should really theoretically offend no one, but I know these days somebody will find a way to be offended by it. But I've written a bunch of songs. I really care about politics. Because it affects our lives. And I just, my goal as a songwriter is, modest goal of changing the world. But if I can make it just slightly better, that's good. But I'm so concerned because our country is so split up, because people can't even agree on what's true and not anymore. So I've been writing a whole bunch of songs on that topic, and this is one of them. And thank you, Addie, for the follow. And everybody, yes, please, if you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to follow or subscribe or whatever it's called on whichever platform you're on, and share and comment, and feel free to rate my song on a scale of 1 to 10. And here it is. I was thinking how it starts. They said it, you heard it on cable news. You read it somewhere in a social media post. You saw it recorded in a YouTube video, repeated again by your favorite podcast host. The way I heard the story is much different. I'm asking, since we both have strong opinions, How do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight and who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who's fooling us when so much is at stake? Have we both made certain to verify the facts and really looked into how credible is the source? And have we considered who profits from the hate and division of the information war? Anyone can fall for the deception. I'm asking you and me the same questions. How do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight and who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who we can trust when so much is at stake? How often do we listen to the other side? If evidence were given, would we change our minds? How do we know we're right? How do we know what's true? How do we know who's shooting straight and who's lying to who? How do we know what's real? How do we know what's fake? How do we know who we can trust when so much is at stake? How do we know who we can trust when so much is at stake? So much is at stake. So much is at stake. Chels, thank you so much. I'm so glad you love the song, and I'm pinning your comment. And where'd my other window go? Oh my God, my other chat disappeared. Oh, thank you, Rainbow. Oh, glad you liked the song. Did I miss you? It's been a whole minute. It was like 3 minutes. That's since I started that song. But of course I missed you. And I'm so glad you loved the song. It was, Rainbow rated the song a 10 out of 10. And Chels, thank you for the follow. So everybody, don't forget to follow me if you're enjoying my live. Share. Also share and comment. And like the live. And Tracy, Tracy subscribed 20 minutes ago. I didn't see that, but now I see it because only certain, I can only fit so much on my screen. So maybe if I narrow this, I can see both of those screens at the same time. Will that work? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I think I've fit most of the things I can fit onto one screen. I have like 4 different windows I have to keep an eye on here. I don't know frogs and snails, but if you hang around, you can hear some of my original songs and rate them on a scale of 1 to 6,728. Or 10, if it's easier. Okay, what should we do next? Oh no. Somebody last time requested a song, but they're not here now. So maybe I should hold off on the song in case they show up. Now, who was it who requested this song? Geez, I don't even remember who requested the song. But if they show up, they'll remind me. Okay, well, anyway, what should we do next? I haven't done any country songs yet. Anybody want to hear a country song? I love doing country songs. I spent like more than 2 decades writing mostly country songs, but also pop songs. I started out with just country, and then I branched out into pop. But I was writing songs to try to get other artists to record them before I put out my first album at the ripe young age of 62. Which, that brings up another song I could play, which is not a country song. Let's see, what should we do? What should we do? I'm looking at all. Okay. Oh, here's one. I haven't done this one in a while. Now, most of the songs I'm playing tonight, I wrote. Every song I've played tonight so far, I wrote just by my lonesome, all by my lonesome, or as they say in Nashville, a solo write. But most of the songs you hear on the radio are actually co-written. And this one was co-written. A lot of the songs I wrote in Nashville were co-written, including this one. And my co-writer is actually an incredibly talented human being. Her name is Olivia West. I don't know if she still has her YouTube channel, but if she does, don't go now. Don't check it out now, but check it out later. She's an amazing songwriter and a great singer. And this is the first song she and I wrote together. Oh, it's actually the second one. The first one we wrote when we had an appointment. We actually wrote this song with this group of people. We just happened to meet at this industry hangout place. And she said, hey, everybody, let's write a song. So then after that, she and I got together, we set up a writing appointment. And this is the first song we wrote in one of our writing appointments. Waking up while the world's asleep, so alive, just her and me. A blanket of stars and a bed of clover. Hey, Hannah, thank you for sharing the live. Feel her heartbeat in her chest. Want to savor every breath. Before I know it, it'll all be over. Time is slipping away. Couldn't you just stay? Slow down, moon, I'm begging you. Please let this night go on and on. You're going down too soon. I've got her where she wants me now. Don't let the sun intrude. Slow down, moon. I'm not ashamed to be afraid of the dawn of another day, when the night has been this good. Well, I don't know what I'm in for. All I know is I want more. I'd make this last forever if I could. But time is slipping away. Just stay. Slow down, moon, I'm begging you. Please let this night go on and on. You're going down too soon. I've got her where she wants me now. Don't let the sun intrude. Slow down, moon. Will there be nights like this on other days? Well, I'm hoping so, but just in case. Slow down, moon, I'm begging you. Please let this night go on and on. You're going down too soon. I've got her where she wants me now. Don't let the sun intrude. Slow down, moon. Well, I've got her where she wants me now. Don't let the sun intrude. Slow down, moon. Please slow down, moon. Please slow down, moon. Andra, how are you? So good to see you tonight. Hannah, thank you for sharing the live. Oh, and Stella, thank you for sharing the live. Everybody, if you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to share it and follow me. And for those just joining, I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I'm doing original songs. I hope you'll hang around and hear some of them and just hang out and feel free to type comments and share and engage. You know what? I'm wondering if there's some reason why comments are getting filtered and people are having. I'm gonna hold on a second. I want to check something. If I can check this setting, I totally have not realized that there's a possible, because I know some people have trouble sending comments. And now let's see, where's the settings? Where are the settings? Here are the settings. Here are the settings, and nothing's happening. Ah, there we go. No, that's not it. System, scene transition. No, that's not it. No, none of these things seem to be related to comments. Advanced audio settings, system. No, that's, none of these seem to be related to the comment filtering. There is a comment filtering function which is maybe suppressing some people's comments. I didn't realize that. And I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can turn that off while I'm live. And I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Somebody help me. Somebody help me turn off the filters. Of course, then we risk having bad things being said in the chat. But most people, you know, I don't get too many bad people saying bad things in my chat. I guess it happens every once in a while. But this is annoying. I can't find the setting. Enhance with effects, makeup, and more. What if I put effects on? Should I put effects on? This will only be on this one platform. Let's see. Why is this not? Oh, it's not even. Let's see, what kind of effects could I put on? Trending. Here's a trending effect. Ah, that's dumb. I don't want that. That covers my face. That's not, but then you can't see my cool light, you know? If I put that effect on. What's this? I don't even see it. I just turned something on, but I don't see what it's doing. So I'll just turn it. Uh-oh. What if I can't turn it off? Oh, now it's on. I don't see what it's doing. All right, well, I just turned it off. Background. But if I turn on the background, what does it say? I'm not a mom. I better turn that off. Thank you so much, Pay. I'm pinning your comment. I love comments, especially if they're nice. Okay, let me bring back my other window. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Oh, I got my windows all, as they say in Yiddish, all verblunged. Thank you for the share, Pay, and goober time. Oh, Gooberino, I'm sorry, welcome. So I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. Please hang out for a while. Check out my original songs. These are all songs that I wrote, or in some cases co-wrote. And let's do this one. Why don't we do this one? This requires the capo. Well, it doesn't really require the capo, but I could do it without the capo, but then it would be a half step lower. And it feels good to sing it in this key. This is in the key of F. The key of F is a really hard key to play on the guitar without a capo. I was all tucked in, but I couldn't sleep. I was starting school the next day. What would the other kids think of me? What if no one asked me to play? Daddy said, son, I know how you feel. It seems there's so much to learn. Your teacher will help you to read and write, but where the other kids are concerned, there ain't no school for that. You just do your best, keep on moving ahead and let God do the rest. It's a matter of feeling more than fact, and there ain't no school for that. I comb my hair and shine my boots, check the mirror one last time. It was My first date with Becky Jones, the sweetest girl at Davis High. Dad said, son, I know how you feel, as he handed me the keys to the car. There ain't no way you can be prepared for when someone steals your heart. There ain't no school for that, you just do your best. Keep on moving ahead and let God do the rest. It's a matter of feeling more than fact, and there ain't no school for that. Me and Becky just brought home our first. The future's in my hand. I say to Daddy, I hope I can fill your shoes. And now I understand there ain't no school for that. You just do your best. Keep on moving ahead and let God do the rest. It's a matter of feeling more than fact, and there ain't no school for that. It's a matter of feeling more than fact, and there ain't no school for that. Well, thank you, user. I'm going to pin your comment. I really appreciate the nice thought. And Lacey, it's so good to see you tonight. How are you? I see your comment made it through. You know, I was just talking, I don't know if you were here when... Thank you, Denise. I'm so glad you liked that song. These are all original songs I'm playing tonight, although as I've mentioned many times, I don't think I've mentioned it tonight. I can occasionally, once in a while, be talked into doing a Grateful Dead cover, because I'm a big... Oh, I guess I have to say Grateful Unalive. Oh, and Grace, thank you for 3 roses. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. And because I'm a big unalive head. I don't know if I really have to say that. You know, one of the platforms where actually most of the people who are watching are on this one platform whose name sounds like a clock, but I guess possibly some other platforms, they don't let you to say certain words. So I don't know if that's one of the words I'm not allowed to say. But if you're enjoying my live, please don't forget to follow me. Hit that follow button and hit it hard. Well, don't hit it that hard, but hit it, or the subscribe, depending which platform you're on. And I do go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. Oh, and thank you, Kelsey, for the rosa. 2 roses. Thank you so much. And all contributions, by the way, are going to be going towards a brand new webcam so I can bring you better stream quality. And then after that, we're not done. Because then I have music production software. So everything I'm getting, anything you give to support my live is going to be going towards my music. And then eventually, when it gets high enough, you know, my real dream is to be able to make a living from my music. That's my honest goal. Besides wanting to change the world. Of course I want to change the world. But I would, you know, I've always dreamed, oh, thank you, Kelsey, for the heart me and joining the team. You are now a member of my team. Thank you and welcome. So, let's see. No, Johnny Knoxville, that's another one, you know. Alex. Oh, I missed that comment. I saw Denise's comment, and yours was above that. I hope you're still here. But thank you so much. So please hang out if you're new, if you're just joining. Hang out and hear some of my original songs, and then you can rate that song on a scale of 1 to 10. So I don't know. Should we do another country song? I really like doing the country songs. I always imagine it because my kids never liked country music, so they never liked my songs. But oh, thank you, Kelsey, for the dolphin. I really appreciate the love. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to do, I've been doing this song a lot. Actually, I have these 2 songs that have almost the same title. And there's a reason for that, is that one, oh, M, thank you for liking the live, and L, Bell, thank you for liking the live. me see. Oh, hope you're still here. And I forgot what I did. Oh yeah, so I have these two songs, and one of them I started 30 years ago, and there was something I loved about it, but I kind of messed it up a little bit. So I got a chance to write with a big, successful hit songwriter, and I played him that song. And thank you, Lacey, for sharing the live. And I played him the song, and I was hoping he'd help me fix it, but instead he said, no, let's write something different. So he took basically the song title, and we wrote a whole different song. And then just last week, or 2 weeks ago, I found the recording of the original one, and I fixed it. So now I have two songs with the same title, and I love playing these. So I'm going to play them, both of them, I think, unless I get sidetracked. But I'm going to play, this is the one I wrote with Casey Kelly. He was a hit songwriter. I don't know how many country music fans we have here, but if you were a fan of 1980s and 90s country, you've probably heard some of his songs. And the most famous of his songs was a hit song called Soon by Tanya Tucker. So anyway, and I should find out if he's still around and let him know I've been doing our song on my lives, because we wrote this 30 years ago. And I totally forgot about both of these, and then recently rediscovered them. It must have looked bad to your mom and your dad. I can still, oh, I got the capo. The capo doesn't belong there. Hold, start over again. It must have looked bad to your mom and your dad. I can still see the look on their face when you walked in the door, and there you and I were, locked up in a loving embrace. I thought that our future was all in the past, but now years later we can look back and laugh, telling old war stories from love's battleground, where we've won and we've lost and turned it around. From the lowest of lows to the greatest of glories, safe in each other's arms, telling old war stories. Remember the night we had our big fight. You locked me outside in the yard. It started to rain and I pleaded in vain, but you made me sleep in the car. They say love conquers all, and I swear that it's true. 'Cause here I am now on this couch holding you, telling old war stories from love's battleground, where we've won and we've lost, then turned it around. From the lowest of lows to the greatest of glories, safe in each other's arms, telling old war stories. Safe in each other's arms, telling old war stories. So, as I said, that song was derived from this other song, which I wrote, prior to that, and I made a recording of it, which was premature because the song wasn't really ready. But I recently found this recording, and I fixed it. Well, tell me what you think, actually. You get to rate this song. You can rate that song, but I want you to rate this song too, because, I wrote this 30 years ago. At the time, in my writing journey, was kind of not ready to finish it. And now, 30 years later, I think I finally got it right. But you tell me. So so that one's called Old War Stories. This one's called Another War Story. charged into the fire. So in love, I never would have known it would all blow up. But the hot nights and the fights, the begging you to stay, just a hard luck tale to tell someday. Another war story of a brave and battered heart. Another blaze of glory, the changing of the guard. Now you and me are history, a dream that got shot down. Another war story from love's great battleground. May be hurting, but I'm standing tall. I'm gaining strength with every tear that falls. The struggle is to just give up and let go, and chalk it up to one more chapter closed. Another war story of a brave and battered heart. Another blaze of glory, a changing of the guard. Now you and me are history, a dream that got shot down. Another war story from love's great battleground. The wound's gonna mend, I'll dare to love again. I'm gonna find the one that won't end. There's another war story of a brave and battered heart. Another blaze of glory, the changing of the guard. Now we're nothing but a memory, got shot down. Another war story from love's great battleground. Another war story from love's great battleground. Well, thank you so much, Lacey, for the virtual. Oh, thank you, Swan family. Oh, I'm so glad you subbed. And in case anybody hasn't heard yet, these are all original songs. Yes, I wrote these. And I'm so glad you like my music, Swan, and my singing, and hopefully my writing. Because I consider myself a songwriter before anything else. I spent years and years just as a non-performing songwriter, writing songs and pitching them to other artists. And also film and TV, and I actually have had like lots of songs recorded by people you've never heard of. And I've had songs in movies probably that you may have heard of, but probably not. I actually had the last movie Patrick Swayze ever made. I had a song in that movie. It was called Letters from a Killer. And the funny thing is, so I have this friend Marty, and he's actually the guy I wrote the song Ain't No School for That, which I did earlier. I wrote this guy with my friend Marty. And we were both writing with this band, and the band ended up getting themselves in the movie, and there was a scene they were on stage singing the song I had written with them. It was called Daddy Tried. And he had a song called Desire that was also used in the movie. And in the closing credits of the movie, my name is there, and his name is there, but they made a mistake. And they credited me on Desire, and they credited him on Daddy Tried, and that's backwards. So I have a song in the movie with Patrick Swayze, but my name is on the wrong song. And there's another movie that came out. It You know, it won awards. It was an independent film called Broke Sky, and I really loved this movie. And I had 2 songs in the movie. At least that's what it says on the credits. That's what I was told. Turned out only 1 song made it to the movie. They cut the last one out, I guess, at the last minute, but they forgot to change the credits. So on the closing credits, my name is listed for 2 songs, but only one of them actually appears in the movie. And let's see what else. What other movie? Oh yeah, I had a song in a movie that had like an all-star cast, including Sylvester Stallone and all these other people. They did some really weird thing with the marketing of this movie. They only put it in. They put it in 4 big cities in 1 theater. So like it was in Los Angeles at Mann's Chinese Theater, and I have a picture of myself with this artist that I wrote the song with, who sang it, and they put the song in the movie. And I have a picture of us on the red carpet because we were there at the opening night of this movie at the famous Chinese theater. I should post that photo. There we are on the red carpet, and I went to Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics, it got the worst reviews of any movie in history. I mean, actually, it's impossible to get worse reviews because the critics gave it reviews a 0 rating. Every critic who rated it gave it 0. The audience liked it better. The audience gave it like it got a 65 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's called Reach Me. The name of the movie is Reach Me. And my song, there's only like 10, not even 10 seconds, like 5 seconds worth of my song is in the movie. My song's called On Hold. It's really funny when it comes up. It's like in the background. It's like on the radio or something, but it comes across really, wow, they amplified the singer's voice for that one line. You hear her go singing, I'm on hold. So anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. I'm gonna do another one of these country songs since I'm in the mood. I haven't done any country songs recently. I kind of been skipping over them lately, so today is a good day to just do a few more of them. I co-wrote this I wrote a bunch of songs with this guy. His name is Craig Lackey, and I have a bunch of songs that I wrote with him, and I love to do a lot of them on my lives. This one, I was told by a publisher not to play it out because it was so good that somebody might steal it. And this is really a big honor because I used to get requests. I'd go to Nashville Writers' Nights and people would request my song. You don't know how unusual that is. There's so many writers in Nashville trying to be noticed. And I would go out there and people would request this song. And by the way, this song is copyrighted, so you can't steal it. At Echo Canyon, it's always the same. On this ledge where she stood and called out my name. But this big empty silence is all that I hear. But the memory of her voice is so clear. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But her words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. This used to be heaven, the wide open space, and the sun's golden rays on her pretty face. But the endless horizon and the longing to roam led her far from these hills where we built our home. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But her words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. The mountaintops cry as the big lonesome sky stretches on and on. They're repeating to me, boy, you'd better believe that she's gone. She's gone. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But her words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. Again and again. At Echo Canyon. Thank you, Ari, for the follow. I don't know. It depends on how controversial the question is. Hey, Martin, how are you? I mean, you can ask the controversial question. That doesn't mean I'm going to answer it. Madison Rain sent a TikTok universe to 2K2 Live. Wow. Someday I dream of getting a TikTok universe. Hello, Neurotics. How are you? I'm Seth Hilary Jackson for those just joining. Dom is here. Hope you'll hang out, hear some of my original songs. And thank you, Dom, for liking the live. Actually, you know, I'm kind of winding. I gotta wind this down because I have, some of you already know, some of you don't, but I have long COVID. Long COVID is actually a real thing, and I have it, and it's kind of like messed things up pretty badly. So I have chronic fatigue, and it's hard for me to do much of anything. I have to lie down every couple of hours. And there's something called post-exertional malaise, which I really want to avoid. And that happens when you exceed the body's threshold of exertion, and you don't know you've exceeded it until it's too late, and then like the next day or the day after, you get what's called a crash. And some actually, there's some talk that effects could be permanent, so that's scary. Well, you know, oh, thank you, Denise. I'm so glad you like it. So Deadly. I've tried. There's not too many things. There's not much they can do about it. My they have me on. I don't even know if it's helping. At first I thought it wasn't even helping, so I stopped it, and then I started it again. I thought, well, maybe it's helping a little bit, but it's called low-dose naltrexone, otherwise known as LDN. You can look it up, LDN. It may be helping a little bit. I'm not even sure. Well, that's another issue. I have that too, and I've tried that, and it didn't help me. But I didn't try it for this. Actually, for this, I tried modafinil, which I guess is the same as Provigil or Nuvigil, and that didn't help. I tried that also for ADHD, and it didn't help for that either. For me, nothing helps. I got all these things. I tried all these medications for everything, and they don't help. You know, depression, antidepressants didn't help. But writing songs does. Oh, you know, I got a song about that. I'm going to do a song about that. I know I got to wind down the songs. But I like this song, and I haven't done a mental health song yet. This song I'm really proud of. I haven't released it as a single, though. It's on my website. You can get this song on my website. It's not on Spotify or anything, but it's on my website. So that's an incentive. You can actually go to my website. I haven't mentioned yet, but you can actually not just stream, but also download my music from my website. And you can do it even for free. It asks you name your price starting at $0. Why am I not finding my mental health songs? Did I lose my... Oh boy. My mental health songs are gone. Maybe I don't have a separate tab for them. Do I not have a separate tab for them? Oh, okay. I guess I don't. I thought I had a separate category of mental health song, but I don't. So anyway, I'm proud of this song. It encapsulates something that I am a point of pride for me is that no matter what, I've been, you know, I get discouraged, but then I always am determined to keep going. And that's what this song's about. I can hardly lift a hand. It's such a strain to take a breath. So much effort just to stand. All I want to do is rest. I don't even know what I'm depressed about. Maybe it would help to let my feelings out. But I don't even want to write this song. It's such a struggle and I'm not that strong. I'd rather lay in bed all day long. I don't even want to write this song. I could fall to the abyss, or I could take this as a test. If you're listening to this, you'll know I somehow pushed ahead. I want to take what's in my heart and sing it to the world. But no matter what I say, seems like I'm never heard. So I don't even want to write this song. It's such a struggle and I'm not that strong. I'd rather lay in bed all day long. I don't even want to write this song. But maybe I'll make it, just taking it line by line. I can see it taking shape, rhyme by rhyme. I think I'm really gonna write this song. It's such a struggle, but I guess I'm strong. I'd rather lay in bed all day long. But I think I'm gonna write this song. I'd rather lay in bed all day long. But I think I'm gonna write this song. I think I'm really gonna write this song. I can't believe I'm gonna write this song. Pretty girl is here. Welcome. I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I'm doing original songs for you. All right, well, I think that might be the last song of the night because all of a sudden the fatigue is, I'm starting to feel it. I am starting to feel the fatigue. And, but still, I can hang out a little while because sitting and hanging out takes a lot less exertion than playing songs and singing. So feel free to comment or ask questions or say something nice, and don't forget to hit the follow button or the subscribe or whatever it is, and set your notifications. And I do go live. My schedule, I have, because of my fatigue, I had avoided setting a schedule for the longest time, but now I have finally decided I'm going to go for it, and I have announced the schedule of every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 o'clock Eastern for about an hour or so. Thank you, Lacey. Are you not able to comment again? I was trying to figure out, there's a setting where there's, oh, wait a second, maybe it's here. Is it here? Oh, wait a second. No, that's not it. Extended chat. What is that? More chat settings. Ah, wait, here. What happened? Oh, here we go. Allow comments, yes. Allow comments, add comments. I can type my own comments in. How about that? Let's see. Extended chat. What does that mean? Interactive hints. Interaction hints. Okay, I'll turn that on. Why not? But wait. Let's see. Let's see if that works. I just changed the setting. I don't know if that'll help you type comments or not, Lacey. But there's a setting for like filters, and I have it turned on, and I thought, what if I turn it off? It's supposed to filter out bad words, but it might actually be filtering out like things that it shouldn't filter. So I don't see the filters setting. Auto translation. Nah. Hide. Oh no, I have that. Nope. It shouldn't be filtering anything, well, except for certain words. It's filtering certain words, but oh well. Show messages only from. Nope, not required. Once I get popular enough, I guess I have to turn on some of those settings. So only privileged people will be able to type comments, or, oh no, there'll be messages. Well, I don't know what that means. But anyway, there shouldn't be any filtering of the comments except for certain words. So I don't know why some comments are not going through. So anyway, welcome those joining. Still joining, people still joining. I'm still Seth Hilary Jackson. I'm still doing original songs, or I'm still hanging out. I have been doing real, what am I saying? Ask Ari. Thank you for the likes. And please follow me if you're not following yet. Oh, thank you for the flower headband. Ask Ari. Ask the Ari. Thank you so much. Why did that not show up? Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate the support. And I appreciate any support I get for my live. And if you're enjoying, please don't forget to hit the follow button. The all-important follow button, or subscribe, depending on which channel you're on, which platform you're on. And B has just joined. Oh, thank you. Ask the Ari for the follow. And I hope you'll join me on my next live also, which is today's Thursday, so Sunday at 9. And you know what? I may, if I have the energy, I might try another live in between then. But now I'm hesitating because now that I have an announced schedule, if I go live on a Saturday, let's say, then I have to do 2 days in a row, and you know, if the fatigue could get in the way of that. But I don't know. But I really love being live with you all, and I love sharing my music with you and hanging out, and that's why every time I'm done doing songs and I say I'm winding down the live, I always end up hanging out for another who knows how much longer. But we're gonna end the live any minute now, just any minute. And I'm so glad you're all here. Did anybody watch my video that I posted? Oh, you know what? I still have yet to post that video on the channel, starting with the letter Y. But I posted. I hope it's a funny story or a fun story. It was a dangerous situation, though, for real. The story is the story of how I outsmarted the communists. For real, I'm not making that up. The real, actual communists in communist East Germany. I didn't even tell the whole story. I'm afraid to tell the other part. Because I did something I didn't realize that it could have been really dangerous. I mean, I could have been arrested and charged with espionage. I didn't think of that back then. But I took an unauthorized photograph of what was considered a military setting, or base, I guess, in communist East Germany. Nicolita, how are you? So good to see you tonight. And thank you for liking the live. I'm kind of, you know, on the tail end of it here, just kind of telling stories. And I hope you'll watch my video and like and share and make it go viral. The story of how I outsmarted the communists in the Soviet Union. It's so silly. But I guess, you know, maybe soldiers aren't the smartest people in the world. But it worked. I definitely outsmarted them. Oh, so Nicolita joined for my post. So did you see the story that I'm talking about? Nicolita? Nicole? Shannon is here. So Nicole, did you see the video that I'm talking about now about how I outsmarted the communists? You know, I know some people have trouble sending comments, so I don't know if you're one of them or not. And I don't know how to fix that, or if it's ever going to get fixed. And I don't even know if it's happening. It's hard. It's impossible for me to tell, because if you're trying to send comments and I'm not seeing them, then how do I know? But I see Lacey sending emoji comments, so that's sometimes a hint, because I know Lacey often has trouble sending comments. I mean, some of her comments get through, and some of them don't. And then I see emojis from her. So I don't know if that means she can't send comments anymore or not. But if you're enjoying my live, don't forget to hit that follow button, the all-important follow button, and set your notifications so you'll know when I go live next. But I'm telling you that I have a schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 9 Eastern. And I do original songs, and I hang out. And right now is the hanging out part of the live. And hopefully these are good vibes, because that's what I call my lives. Original songs and good vibes. So let me know if these vibes are good. Rate the vibes on a scale of 1 to good. Good vibes or pretty good vibes? Or maybe they could be great vibes. I've never heard of great vibes. People say good vibes. Nobody ever says great vibes, do they? So perhaps these are great vibes. You know, I want to go for greatness with my vibes. I don't want my vibes. I decided I don't want my vibes to merely be good, because good isn't good enough. I want great vibes. I want superlative vibes. I want vibes that are off the chart of vibration, of I'm trying to make up a word. Hey, Fia, how are you? So how are these vibes? Are these vibes good, very good, or great, or even better than great? Or maybe there's just no word to describe how amazing these vibes are. Better than great. Thank you so much. I am so glad you have made my day. And now I will never forget you. You can always remind me, you're the person who thinks my vibes are better than great. If I ever do forget, you can just remind me of that. And I will always remember. So, should we end the live? Lacey, thank you, you're still here. I'm so glad you're still here. And I don't know if you're trying to send comments and unable to or not. And Peyton, thank you for sharing the live. Should we end the live? Or should we hang out for a few more minutes? You tell me. And if you don't say anything, that means we should end the live. Sharing the live, that's a good, that's some indication that we shouldn't end it, but stay. Okay, Peyton wants me to stay. Hello, Tyson. That's very formal. Nobody calls me Mr. Jackson anymore. You know, when I was a kid, oh, thank you, Fia. Okay, I'll stay a few more minutes, but I gotta go because, the fatigue is, I really have to lie down. You know, it's so weird. It's like 10:30 at night, or what time is it? Yeah, and I'm gonna lie down. I could go to bed, but then when my wife's not in bed yet, when she gets to bed, she'll wake me up, and then I won't be able to get back to sleep. So I don't want to go to bed. Well, I'll take a break in a few minutes. But nobody calls me Mr. Jackson. When I was a kid, because I'm old, maybe you could tell. Maybe you could. Can you tell that I'm old? Don't answer that. Well, I don't have any hair left. Well, I have a little bit of hair left. People say I have no hair. When they're bald, they say I have no hair, but there's always this hair on the side. That never goes away unless we shave it off. But thank you. But when I was a kid, adults were always referred to as Mr. or Miss or Mrs. And like if I'd go into a store, or I'd call customer service or something, it would be, yes. What is your name, Seth Jackson? Okay, Mr. Jackson. Okay, Mr. Now they just, everybody calls everybody by their first name. And we called our friends' parents Mr. and Mrs. And when my kids had their friends, oh, thank you. Now I know you're making that up. But when my kids were growing up, I never knew what to have their friends call me, because nobody says Mr. and Mrs. anymore. So I felt weird having them call me Mr. Jackson, but I also felt weird having kids call me by my first name. So I kind of just never told them what to call me, and inactivity detected in my live. I have to go to Live Studio and solve a puzzle because TikTok thinks I'm a bot, but now it knows I'm not, because I just solved the puzzle. I said I'm not going to do any more songs. I actually have a song about the fact that, I put out my first album at the ripe young age of 62. I spent years and years trying to become a hit songwriter. And I was writing songs for other artists to record, and I'd go to Nashville, or if I could pitch songs in Los Angeles. It was much easier to pitch songs in Nashville than in LA, believe it or not. I was living in LA. but I was writing mostly country songs, and then I started writing pop songs. But even those were hard to pitch in LA. Even I pitched those more in Nashville than I did in LA. But then I put out my first album at the ripe young age of 62. And I have a song about this. You know, keeping the dream alive, regardless of where we are in our journey. And I really like the song, and I'm tempted to play it, but maybe I'll play it on Sunday at my next live. It's called Young Enough to Know Better. And I still hate announcing my song titles, because part of being a songwriter, one of the things I learned as a songwriter is that if you did a good job writing the song, you shouldn't have to tell the audience what it's called. Because, you know, nowadays, they play songs on the radio. When I was a kid, they would announce the songs, you know, and that was She Loves You by the Beatles. But now they just play songs, and they almost never say the name of the song. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. Or sometimes they'll play like 10 songs in a row, and then they'll announce the name of the last one. You know, when I was a kid, they would do that, and they'd say, well, that was, you know, She Loves You by the Beatles, and before that we heard, you know, the Rolling Stones with whatever. But they don't do that anymore. So you kind of have to write the song in a way that if somebody hears it on the radio, and then they want to go buy it, they know what to look up. Or it used to be go into record stores, you know. They go into record stores and they know what to ask for because they heard the song and they know what it's called. So as a result of that, I always feel weird when I say the title of one of my songs, because I feel like, oh, if I have to tell you what it's called. But anyway, the song's called Young Enough to Know Better. And actually, you know, if you go to my website, I have artist merch. And I created merch from some of my song lyrics. And that's one of the songs I took a line from the song, and that I feel like, you know, this line all by itself stands out from the song, and it's a message, just the one line. So the line is, a ray of hope is just enough for me. So I have like t-shirts and mouse pads and I think coffee mugs and stuff with that line on it. Oh, Pine Tart. How are you? I hope you're still here. I just noticed that you joined it. That showed up in a different window. So now the messages are all showing up in different windows. So I'm missing some of the messages as they show up. But Evan just joined. Evan, how are you? I'm Seth Hilary Jackson. I have been doing original songs now, just kind of hanging out. But I hope you'll follow me and stay until I'm done. I'm kind of winding up. Just hanging out and telling stories. And if you go to my profile, you can see I'm posting videos. Sometimes I post my music, but mostly I'm just telling my life story in my videos. The idea was to tell the story of my music career. And then I got like off on some tangents. And then I just thought, you know, instead of just jumping ahead, I might as well fill in all the gaps and tell, not all the gaps, I mean, the major points, like going to high school, and then, okay, well, I wrote my first song. I started playing guitar in college, so I should probably talk about college. And I thought, well, if I'm just going to jump from high school to college, maybe I should talk about, like the process of like deciding what college to go to and applying. And so I told all those stories. Then I told some stories about college, and then so I just kind of, so I finally, in my story, I recently finally got up to the part where I wrote my first song. So if you've been watching my videos, you've heard that story, and I've told the story on my lives actually, because I found, so I recorded these, I wrote this first song. Now I made a mistake that a lot of beginning songwriters make. And that's you write a song and you go spend money in recording it. Well, I got talked into doing that. Well, I'm going to tell these stories too. But then that actually turned out to be worth it, because one of the, I recorded the first 3 songs I ever wrote. And one of them actually got played on the radio. I mean, real airplay on a real radio station. I mean, there's a famous ripoff there's a famous scam. They target songwriters. So, songwriters will write songs and they'll register them with the Copyright Office. And nobody's ever going to steal these songs, especially beginning songwriters. So we write these songs, but we got to copyright our songs in case somebody steals them. Well, I do copyright songs, but only the ones that are out there. The ones that never get out there, and there's no reason to copyright them. But so you register your songs with the Copyright Office, and then there are these scammers that monitor the copyright applications because it's public information, and then they target songwriters who've registered copyrights. So you register a copyright, then a month later, who knows, you'll get a letter from a company with a name that sounds like the name of a major record label, like Columbia Records. No. Columbine Records, or Hollywood. What was the name of the label? Hollywood Records. They get a letter from Hollywood Artists Records, and they tell you that your song could be a hit, and submit the song and have it evaluated for free. So you send them your song, and they send you back a letter telling you that they reviewed your song. So you can send them a bunch of songs and they'll pick one. Doesn't matter, they'll just choose one. They don't even listen, they just look at the title, So they'll send you a letter that this song, we've reviewed it and we believe it can be a hit. And all you need is exposure. And we will get your song recorded and we'll put it on the radio and we will guarantee you radio airplay. And they have you sign this contract, and of course they charge you money for this. And the scam is, hey, zeros, welcome. So the scam is that they actually do all the things they say they're going to do. Because they sign a contract and it's legally binding, and you pay them money, and they promise you that your song will be played on the radio. And it gets played on the radio. But the thing is, what they do is they find a local, low wattage AM radio station that nobody listens to, maybe a few people listen, and they buy 3 minutes of airtime on the station, and they play your song once, and they tell you when it's going to be on. And a lot of songwriters will hear this and they'll be ecstatic that their song was on the radio, and they don't even realize they've been ripped off because this company charged them for a second-rate record. It's perfectly normal in the songwriting world to pay somebody to record a demo recording of your song, but it has to be up to a certain industry standard. And they call them song sharks. And these song sharks, they'll record your song. They'll just do they'll rush through it. They'll make a recording. It won't be very good. It'll be okay. If you don't know any better, you'll probably think it sounds great. But it's not up to industry standards. And they'll play your song on the radio, and then these songwriters are thrilled. They got their song recorded and they got it on the radio. But they've been ripped off and they don't even realize it, because the money it took to do all those things is nowhere near makes up for the money that you paid them. So, but I got my song on the real radio. It was on, there were 2 rock stations in the Boston area. And the big one was WBCN, and the other one was WAAF. And that was actually based in Worcester, Massachusetts. And I was living in Worcester. So I'd go to parties and I'd play my songs for people at the parties. I started writing these songs, and I had about 10 of them. And I'd play them at parties. And everybody loved my songs. And so many people said, "Oh, you're so good. You should send your songs. You should send these to WAAF." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." No, I thought that was a silly suggestion, but so many people kept telling me that. And then I thought, maybe, what the heck? Let me call them and see if they'll let me send them my songs. So I called WAAF, and they said, "Yeah, you can send us the songs." but they had to be in a certain format. And I didn't have my songs in that format. So I had to pay, it had to be on a 1/4 inch. So this is back in the days when, they still had tape. Do you know what tape is? Recording tape? Well, everything was done on recording tape. And I had my songs on cassette tape. But the radio station used what they call a 1/4 inch reel. So I had to pay somebody to copy my song onto a 1/4 inch reel. It was like $10. Actually, $10 back then. That's like $75 in today's money. But anyway, I paid somebody to put it on, and I sent it to WAAF. And they played one of my songs. The second song I ever wrote got played on the radio, and they played it like 3 times. And there was this local music magazine in Boston called The Beat. I should find it. I still have this. Somebody from the Beat mag. Well, they had this. They played it on this show that does local music. And the guy, the disc jockey, I was listening. He told me they were going to play my song. They didn't tell me the exact time, but I knew the show was from like 11 to 1 or something on Friday night. So I knew it was going to be. So I listened to the show, and like 30 minutes into the show, the DJ just did this. He really loved my song so much. He gave it this. He's playing all these other songs by these local bands, and then mine came up, and he gave this big speech about, I don't know who this artist is, but you got to really check this guy out. This song is, I never heard of this guy before, and but you're really gonna love it. And he just gave this speech about my song. So the Beat magazine would listen to this local radio show. So somebody from the Beat magazine heard my song, and they put a little blurb in the magazine about it. And I still have that magazine somewhere. It was like 2 or 3 sentences. He said, "Who is Seth Jackson?" I didn't use my middle name back then. "And why is his song an example of speed rock at its finest?" Oh, thank you, Grace. Oh, I'm going to pin your comment because I like your comment so much. But the Beat magazine thought so, and then they ended the blurb said, "Be on the Seth Jackson alert." And that was the second song I ever wrote. So I thought, oh God, this music business is going to be so easy. Oh, that was a big mistake. But then, I actually did call. I thought, well, WAF played my songs. Maybe WBCN will play them. So I called them. And I got to talk to the big wheel there. His name was Carter Allen. I don't even remember the name of the guy at WAF. But I used to listen to BCN. And Carter Allen was the big guy there. And he was in charge of local music. So I got to talk to him. And I sent him my song. And I made a mistake. I sent him this new one I had written. Instead of sending him the same ones that got played on the radio on WAAF, I should have sent him those. I had these, studio recordings. But instead, I sent him this recording of this other song I had done. And he called me. And he said, "Hey, I would love to play your song." He says, "But, the lyrics are great." He says, "But the music isn't up to the standard." And I thought he was talking about the melody, and maybe he was, but the melody was actually not bad. But the recording was just me on the guitar playing into a little tape player. And they don't play that on WBCN. So if I'd have sent them my studio recording, they might have played it. But oh well. And I could have probably sent them, "Hey Carter, I got another recording for you." And I could have sent him that, but I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't even think of doing that. But anyway, I think I started this story talking about the first song I ever wrote, which I actually ended up releasing as a single after I found this recording. Aria or Aria? Hi, how are you? I'm not sure how you pronounced it. Aria. I hate mispronouncing people's names because my name has been mispronounced so many times. Believe it or not, Seth. I mean, how can you mispronounce Seth? But a lot of times I'd be, on the phone with somebody. So what? And I'd call like some company or something, or they say, "What's your name?" And I'd say, "Seth Jackson." And they go, "Okay, Jeff." I'm like, oh God, Seth, S-E-T-H. But the thing that really kills me was when people would read my name, S-E-T-H, and still mispronounce it. Do you know how many times people have read S-E-T-H as Seeth? Seeth? Really? does B-E-T-H spell? Have you met a girl named Beef? No. So why is S-E-T-H Seef? But that's how they pronounced it. So anyway, everybody, I'm so glad you've been here. I should probably end the live, and then I'll be live again Sunday at 9. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, 9 Eastern, because I'm on the East Coast in the United States of America, and to the republic for which we may or may not stand. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't know. Twalu? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Twalo. Twilo? I'm sorry, Twilo? I don't know how to pronounce your name. But thank you so much. For an old guy, that is. So everybody, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you